A miller lay dying. He made his last will. He left his 3 sons his cat, his ass, and mill. To the eldest the mill, to the second the ass. The third had the cat, and he cried out, "Alas, I must starve now unless I take Pussy to eat." "No, master," said Puss. "Give me boots to my feet, a pair of top boots, and please leave me alive, and you shall just see we'll flourish and thrive." So the Puss put on boots, and he started abroad, and caught a fine rabbit just near the high road, which he took to the palace and gave to the king. "This I from the Marquis of Carabas bring." Again Puss went hunting, and carried the prey to the king, with the Marquis's duty each day. "One morn," said the cat to his master, "I pray you to go and to bathe in the river today. The Marquis of Carabas too you must be, and leave all the rest of the business to me." Now, while the king down by the river passed by, he heard dismal cries of, "Help! Help! Or he'll die! The Marquis of Carabas drowns! Oh, my master!" The king sent his guards to avert the disaster. The miller's son finds himself pulled out and dressed in all that his majesty had of the best. And being well dried and well rid of the water, was then introduced by the king to his daughter, and invited to drive in the king's coach and 4. And Puss, who had managed all, hurried before, and seeing men reaping some very fine corn, said to them, "You will wish that you'd never been born if you don't tell the king, who is now near at hand, that the Marquis of Carabas owns all this land." And all whom he met, he commanded the same, to magnify further the Marquis's name. At last he arrived at a castle so grand which belonged to an ogre, as well as the land. Puss conversed with the ogre, who said that he could assume any shape that he chose, bad or good, great or small as he'd show. And the ogre, so fussy, turned into a mouse and was swallowed by Pussy. At this moment his majesty's carriage was heard. Puss hurried down the stairs, and he shortly appeared at the door, flung wide open before they could ring. The Marquis of Carabas welcomes the king. The miller's son thus became the lord of the place, and he feasted the king with much grandeur and grace. After dinner, his majesty, smiling and bland, said, "Marquis of Carabas, give us your hand, and if there is aught that seems goodly of ours, yes, even our daughter, dear Marquis, 'tis yours." So the miller's son married the princess next day, and Puss was a groomsman in top boots, so gay. For the Marquis of Carabas owed him his life, his lands and his cornfields, his castle and wife.